Good morning, Floss Tube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello and welcome to Saturday, the 4th of October. We are on 6:30 in the morning, so yep, couldn't get me backside moving again today. It's these dark mornings, man. Grim. We've got about 6 months of them to go, so I need to get used to them. Not bothered about grim evenings. It's just the grim mornings. Welcome. Yeah, I get there. Welcome if you are brand new and you've just been plonked here. I hope you stick around. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like the video. Welcome if you're a recent subscriber. It's really good to have you. Welcome if you've been scooped up somewhere along the way of the last 2 years. And welcome to those that have been with me from the very beginning. Where am I? Who am I? I've got no idea. I've had a week off work, haven't I? I said I was going to do loads of finishing, didn't I? I have done quite a bit of stitching, but yeah. So, this week's Justsewsherrie. It's a little one. But it happened. a little foray into sleepwalking again. Just a little foray. This is one of those ones where I don't know if anybody else sleepwalks, but I kind of come to, you know, like how you wake up in the morning, you just sort of gradually, your awareness sort of filters in. Well, it's like that when you're sleepwalking, or it is for me anyway. And this time, I was like, there was something round my head, but it was like soft. And I was trying to like bat it out of me face. I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. I sort of came to and thought, what the hell? I was in my wardrobe. I was actually inside my wardrobe. I mean, it's a full length built-in one, so it's not like I clambered onto like the plinth or anything like that. So it's like built into the bedroom. I can only think I must have been trying to get out the room, and I've come to a door and thought, right, this is the door, this is how I get out. Alternatively, I was looking for Narnia. I mean, what do you mean you don't go look for Narnia anymore? Well, just because we stop believing in Narnia doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I can always go and have a hunt, which I did. Yeah, it was really weird. I remember thinking, what the hell? And it was me clothes. But that's right, I can remember touching like the back of the wardrobe and thinking, well, there's a wall there and there shouldn't be, like through the door. Yeah, don't know where that came from, but yes, went looking for Narnia. Was it C.S. Lewis that wrote Narnia? I think it was. It was a really good film about him. I can't remember, it was one of the big actors that did it. Really interesting though. Really interesting. So, because didn't he know Tolkien and there was about 4 of them in like, not Dead Poets Society, but it was that kind of thing, wasn't it? They'd all gone to Cambridge or somewhere like that. And there was these writers that all became famous. And I think, who was it that wrote a different language? Was that C.S. Lewis? He'd written a different language. Like it just a made-up nonsense language. Yeah. Someone might remember. I don't. I remember very little. Which is probably just as well. So, where are we with cross stitch? Well, yeah, I didn't get... Have I got any fully finishes? I thought I had one, but maybe I just thought I was... I am now part way through. You know how I said I had loads that were like kind of half started? Yeah, I've got a load more that are like half started. My defence is that I needed glue. So, and I'm still waiting for said glue. I want fabric glue and I haven't got any. So that's my... It is an excuse. I know it's an excuse. I know I shouldn't dress it up by any other name, but yeah. So I've got bits of things cut out and lumped together in the vague theory of, yeah, I'm going to finish this. Right, where should we start? So I've got a start and a finish, and should have been a fully finish. I have got a finish, I have got 2 new starts, and I've got a good chunk of whips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 whips. So let we dive in. Start and finish. Just a little one, but it is a start and a finish nonetheless. So it's another one of my kitchen stitches. So for anyone new here, I had a new fitted kitchen put in a few months ago now, and I've been determined that I wanted to decorate it with my own endeavours, shall we say. So like this craft room, I swore blind I would never have anything on the walls that I hadn't created myself. I'm kind of... No, yeah, I'm lying. It never really happened. I do have some of my own stuff on the walls, but not everything. But I was determined I'm going to get some kitchen ones done. So this is another one of my little kitchen ones, and it's to go in this little frame. This is on 32 count, so I haven't really got any 28 count or 14 count either. So I couldn't really make it any bigger. I would quite like a mount for this. And the only way I can figure out how to do it is by like measuring. Well, obviously measuring and cutting out from a piece of like board. But I'm sure I've tried to do this before and it hasn't worked very well. The other way I could do it is, actually, it's just occurred to us I could do it on my Cricut. For anyone who doesn't know, Cricut's just it's one of these things, that thing, and it's just a cutting machine basically. You can cut wood, it can engrave on metal, it can cut vinyl, plastic, paper, all that sort of stuff. So actually I probably could get away with doing that on a Cricut. That's a good idea, thanks for that. So yes, so that is going to be my little, and this is from Old Forest Embroidery. So it's just my little one to go in the kitchen. And I finished one of the Herbarium ones. So this is the Herbarium subscription from Stitchery Sisters, which is, the Stitchery is run by Nikki Franklin. It's an embroidery shop, and her sister Sarah does the cross stitch. So I think this was from, I think it was spring, because I think this poem relates to spring. If I'd been any kind of a decent person, I would have looked it up beforehand. But I'm sure it's about spring. So the quote from Tennyson. So I was pleased to have that finished. And the new one has come in. And I'll have to show you it. I'll have to print it out and show you it. So let's go on with new starts. So we will start where we've just ended. with the Stitchery sisters. I started a new one. Now, I started this before I saw the new one for October. So this will be getting put to one side because October's will be getting started very soon. So, yes, sorry, I'm reading it because it's backwards and I'm trying to think, is it normally backwards for me when it's forwards for you? I think it is. So, yes, this was, I think it was last month, so it would have been September's. Echinacea, which is a cure-all for everything. And I've just literally just started the top, the bottle top. Not sure if I'm going to do these corner bits. I might literally just do the bottle. I'm not sure these corner bits add a huge amount to it. Well, not the ones at the top anyway. So anyway, I decided to just start in the bottle, and I'm doing this with 36 count. It was antique white, and I lightly coffee dyed it. I say lightly coffee dyed. I coffee dyed it, and then decided what I needed to do was then rinse the coffee off. I know. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking. Why I thought you needed to rinse the coffee off after you dyed said fabric in it. I don't know. But I did. And I have seen coffee dyed before. This wasn't my first rodeo. So, no. I'm wondering if I've got anything going on in my life at the moment. I don't think I have, you know. I haven't been out of the house. I mean, I've been off work all week. I have never left the house. I've never let my footsteps darken the front door. Yeah. I must have something else going on though, apart from cross stitch and avoiding fully finishing. Yeah, this week's sleeve has been about the avoidance. That's what it's been about. So, I have another big new start. And it is, can you remember, cast your minds back a couple of weeks ago when I finished my red stitch, my And Without an A Burn Hope, 1865 maybe, I don't know. So I needed a new red stitch. So I have started the Historical Sampler Company one. Now I saw this it was Stitch in London last year. They had a model of it. Joanne Suzanne had just left some models around the room. They hadn't actually brought the shop with them. And I met them. Me and Rachel met them together actually. And I'd been admiring this over and over again, saying, yeah, I need to get it. Because I'd been sat opposite this red model going, I love that. I absolutely love that. So for a fortnight, all poor Sarah, who was sitting next to me, and Rachel heard was, I love that red stitch. I love that one. You know that red stitch? Yeah, can I get over, Rachel? I love that one. Yes, we know, the red stitch. So yeah. So I decided to start that, and I've started it on my, I was going to say new favourite fabric, but it's not, it's an oldie favourite fabric because I have stitched with this before and I liked it the first time. And I'll be honest, I didn't realise I had any more, but this was obviously, I'd obviously earmarked it. So this is the start. So it's not a huge start, but it is a start nonetheless. I'm doing this on 40 count Steinbeck by, is it Needle and Flax? Yeah. I love this. I did, it was the Cruel Goblin that I got off my lovely friend Alison. Maria Bowthorpe. One of them was Maria Bowthorpe, and there was another one. Can't remember, but yes, I did that on this fabric and I loved it. So yes, note to self, get more Steinbeck. I remember thinking that at the time when I finished my little one, that, oh, I need to get some more of that. So when I saw I'd parcelled this up with that pattern, I was like, yes, result. I didn't know I had any. And look what I'm using for the very first time. Floss drops. They are off my lovely friend Anne with an E from New Zealand. She sent me these floss drops. So it's the first time I've used actual floss drop. I love the sound. Kind of reminds me of, you know, when you play with buttons, when you got your fingers in the buttons and it makes, I love that. I do. If I died and you put me in a coffin, you put your hand in a thingy of buttons, I'd be happy. I would. So remember, surrounded by all my fabric and with my hand in buttons, I would quite like that. I must be a proper ASMR girl, because I love noise. Like certain sounds are just pleasing to me. What do you mean I'm just weird? Yeah, so yes, I am using that, and it is 221. So yes, after I saw the red stitch, they very kindly posted it to me, because I'd ordered quite a lot from them in the past, and they already had my address, so they posted it to me, and it was just so kind of them. So yeah, they sent the kit, which was the fabric, words are hard, sent the fabric, the thread and the pattern, that's right. But I replaced the fabric because on it was 32 count, on that it'll be massive. So I'm just doing it on 40 count instead. So I'm looking forward to this, really looking forward. And this week I don't know how you choose what stitch you pick up on whatever days, but there's days when I'm busy stitching, thinking, oh, what will I pick up next? And my mind has been drawn to this time and time again this week. So I've actually only picked it up twice. I would have done more, but I was tired one of the times. Speaking of tired, yeah, me. Oh dear. I'm tired. Okay, one moment. Right, on to whips. So this one is part of my Halloween challenge, which has been where I have picked up whips this year. Each month I've picked up a whip to try and finish. And this month I finished said whip, so I went back and picked up this one again. So this is Nevermore. It's not. It's the Edgar Allan portrait. Thank you to everybody who told me, because I'm thick. I was talking about Lenore and what that means. It's a poem by Poe. So yeah. So the 1849 is when he died. Is that what it says? I've got no idea. Yes, 1849 was when he died, and Lenore was one of his very dark poems. So, and this is where I got to. I moved my needle minder and you might actually be able to see. Such a cute needle minder this. I got this from Historical Sampler Company as well. So, what have I done this week? Well, I've done all of this. No, I haven't. I've done I just make it up. I really do. So I'd done her and I'd done the little cat. And I think I had done the tree. So I've done the pumpkin. I've come along and filled in the rest of the trunk. And I've done Mr. Groom and the little bird cage and all the back stitch around the bird cage. So I've just got another pumpkin, some more tree, and then Nevermore underneath. And I am debating whether I'm not going to put the white in. I don't think the white brings anything to it particularly. So I'm not going to put the white in. I'll put the Nevermore, but I'll put it in a flat. In a flat? Yeah, in a straight line, because it's not going to hook up with the thing. It's these birds. Do I put them in or do I not? I mean, the reason I would not put them in is purely to have it as a finish. And I need to decide, will I constantly look at this and think, oh, I should have done them birds at the bottom? Or will I go, oh, it's absolutely fine as it is? That's the thing. I don't know whether I will or not. I think the birds do add something to it. I mean, they kind of frame the word, don't they? It just means I can have a finish. If I don't do the birds, I can have a finish. I mean, by rights, I should be putting this down, picking up a new one for October. And I have looked through me whips, me Halloween whips. None of them are really calling to me. So I don't know whether to just crack on and get this one finished. And then it's one in the bank. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what to do with myself. What song's that? I like a bit of a musical interlude with yous, don't I? Which is unfortunate for yous. I'm so sorry. I should have said I'm doing this. I haven't said what I'm doing. Oh no, I did. This is on 20 count Megan Coffee Craft. So unfortunately Megan doesn't re-dye. Like she doesn't do repeats. Like she just dyes what she dyes and you get what you get. So you can't go and buy it, unfortunately. And I am meant to be looking for one that's similar. But I haven't found anything yet, I'm afraid. Oh, what's this from? Oh, this is me Stitchery. Stitchery. I should have said for the subscription one, I'm doing it all with the cold four, and I'm also doing Nevermore with the cold four as well. Hey, this is poor, isn't it? I'm not telling you the fabric, I'm not telling you what I'm doing it with. I assume you're all psychic. So this one, Cricket Collection, Autumn. And I missed a month on this. So it should have been finished in September, but it wasn't. It should probably be finished now, if I remember right. I think it's not far off. Oh. No, it is not far off at all. Just talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Right, there we are. So there we are. It is not far done. So when last you saw her, I'd done the M. So this time I've done the little bat and I've done most of the N. Is there much left to do? There's another, there's leaves. There's leaves to go in with the acorns. There are acorns there, you can see. Shows up reasonably well in real life. So yeah, there's the leaves on the acorns. I've got a couple of bits. I've got like his eye to do on the little pheasant. It's not a pheasant, it's a turkey, isn't it? And obviously the rest of the green on the end. And that should be a wrap. So this time next week, that'll be a wrap. I'm dead chuffed with these. I started them last year, didn't I? Did I do a cricket last year with one a month? Can't remember. I know we did Tiny Town. Me and Rachel did Tiny Town together, one a month, which meant it took no doing at all. But I'm really chuffed, like breaking them down into smaller chunks, smaller monthly chunks, really gets its rewards. I'm quite amazed how easy it is. Like, I don't get fatigue with it either, because I'm putting it away while I still want to do it. So I'm looking forward to picking it up again. So yeah. So now I'll just need to think what to do when Christmas is finished in December. I'll need to think what next. Have to have a look through my cricket collections and see what I've got that I would quite like to get done, because I know I have got some. I think I've got Easter, although I'm not a big Easter and spring stitcher, just not my season. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I've got real chesty cough at the moment. It doesn't hurt, but it feels like it should, which might sound mad. Yeah, you know when you get a chesty cough and like your throat's raw, it feels like that's how it should hurt, but it doesn't. But it's still not a great cough either. So next one, Cricket Collection Christmas. I have just talked about said one. And I think, so I'm doing this with, allegedly, Rachel, the talking dog, the Derg, the talking dog stitcher, and Rosie X stitches, I think she is. And also a massive hello to everybody who has gone up to Rachel while she's on a 101 retreats, doing like 101 in like 3 weeks. No, she's not. I think she's doing 5 weekends in a row at retreats. God love her. Sterling work you're doing, Rachel. Sterling. But there's loads of you who've gone up to Rachel because you know we're friends and said, oh, I watch Sherrie. And I feel like we're besties. I'm like, yeah, because we are. We are. So yes, hello to you specifically. Thank you. And hello. And yes, we're all besties. Of course we are. So I tell you more than I tell anybody else anyway. So I never speak to anyone. My mum rang us last night. I don't think I've spoken to her in about 3 or 4 weeks. Bear in mind, she lives half a mile that way. Although to be fair, they've been on tour, my mum and dad. They've been to Crete. Have more holidays than the king, I'm telling you. They've been away to Crete with my brother. And then they weren't back a week and they were away to Berwick, which is the sort of the northernmost town in England, half of Berwick's in Scotland. So they've been up there because they've been getting a new kitchen fitted. So they've come back to new kitchen. So I am going to pop round and see them. But yeah, I was like, oh, well, I kind of didn't really know if you were still alive. So I thought I would give you a ring. So, yeah, note to self, be better daughter. Sherrie, be a better daughter. So my sister does that stuff. She's good at being good. She's good at like socialising with people and stuff. It's not my forte in life. 80, am I? I never used to be this ignorant, you know. I think the menopause gets rid of all the damns you have to give. You see, you're born with a certain amount of damns to give, ladies. But like, you know, is it eggs you're born with a certain amount? And you don't create any more, you just have like the ones you've got and that's it. So it's a bit like that with dams. By the time you get to your 40s, you're running low on giving a damn. In your 50s, they've gone. I just don't give a damn. I do not give a damn. I do not have a damn to give. I do not give a damn. They're all gone. All gone. So when people say, why are you like this? Well, because I've run out of damns to give. There you go. That's why. Here we are. Merry Christmas. So what have I done this week? Well, I've gone back and filled in... Oh. The tops of the baubles and put his little string in as well. I've still got some lights to go around here. When I get into that bloody cupboard, I will. That was my finger pointing to the cupboard, by the way, in case anybody wonders if I've just got a weird spasm in my finger. Oh God, Sherrie, shut up. And yes, I've come and done this. And God, this is taking some stitching, mind. Really is taking some stitching, this. I wouldn't care. I did deliberately. So I've cut this down into months. I wasn't very clever enough. And I didn't start this where I could just do a letter a month. I left it too late. So I had to do about a letter and a half on most of them. So I left October and December with the least amount of like messing around kind of stitching. So a lot of it's full coverage. So it's time consuming a little bit, but it's easy. It's easy stitching. Mainly because I know Rachel and Rosie have got sproglets. Sproglets? Kids? That's what they're known as. And obviously Halloween and Christmas are big months for said children. Or those of us who are just witches. So yeah. So I've left this with the easy stitching. But it is time consuming. So I am doing this with, I'm doing it on Cypress, 36 count Cypress. Is that what I said I'm doing it on? I'm sure I am. What have I done with it? Anyway, I'm sure it's 36 count. Oh, I know where it is. It's on my doodah. It's here. 36 counts, not Cypress. It is Blackberry Primitives Water's Edge. This is another fabric that I love, fabric dyer. So I like hers, I like Tonya's, I like Needle of Flax, I like Marie's Swan Bay Fabrics. Who else do I like? Oh, Cedar River, is that what it's called? And there was another one that I quite like. I like Sparklies, I like Kate's. I mean, there's some I've never tried yet, but they're the ones I quite like anyway. So I'm loving stitching on this because fabric is what I'm all about. So that's as far as I am. So I'll hopefully get that finished for this month relatively quickly, and then I can, and I'm doing it with all of called for 1/2. 1/2 E, you'll never guess. I am now of an age where the holidays I go on have itineraries. Yeah, itineraries. In fact, I'll save that for later. I'll save it for later. So, what's this? Oh, no, I think I just did some vegetables on this. So this is the Pot Sampler by Historical Sampler Company. I do like their stuff. I do like their stuff. Right, let's have a look. Where did I go on this? There. So what did I do? I did some vegetables. That was all I did. So there's not a huge amount that I can show you from last week, other than I came down here and did some more of the veg, and down here did all the vegetables down here. So I'm nearly at the bottom with my vegetables there. So that was all I did, which again, time consuming. And it doesn't look like very much, but yeah. I was just thinking, wondering if I could have done it without the border, if I could have done it with just like that. What do you call it? What do you call it? Like a finishing line around it. And you probably could. I think... No, I think it needs the border. It's too busy. The actual sampler is too busy not to have... It's like offset with the border, if you like. I love this. So I'm doing this on 40 count old sheep. Oh, I've got a pretty sunrise. 40 count old sheep by Extra Designs with all of the called for. And this was my birthday present to me. What was this? Yeah. Hey, I'm really getting through this. And of course, now I'm nearly at the end. I'll either get really excited and just stitch on it like mad, or I'll end up putting it away for ages. And when I pick it up, say, why the hell didn't I finish this? It's funny, like how brains just shut down. They just go, nah, you're done, and I'll just walk away. I just find it easy to just put it down and walk away. And when I come back, think, why did I do that? Why did I even do that? So I'm doing that 1/2 on with all of the called for. Right, let's have a look at this one. We're flying through this today, guys. We are flying. So this is Christmas Rose by Blackbird Designs. I love this. It's just so vintagey and prim looking. I do love this. $19.16. Does anybody know why? Oh, if I'd read said information, I would know why. It says the year 1916 represents the year Mildred turned 12. So that must have been who stitched it. No. See, if I read things in the first instance. So Bob also thought this piece would be a perfect tribute to her grandmother, Mildred Lawson, who had once stitched a sampler for her. Her grandma's initials were made using the 4-sided stitch just under the second dividing band. The year 1916 represents the year Mildred turned 12. Why they've chosen the year she turned 12, I don't know. So that's what that is. And obviously that's her letters. I am debating what letters to put in. I was tempted to put my daughter's in. I don't know why. But I just was. Oh, I've lost the thing. So there we are. So what have I done? Basically this side. So I've come along and I've finished off the alphabet, both rows of the alphabet. I finished the little wreath. Have I finished it? Yeah, I think I have. No, I haven't. I'm lying. It's got some red, odd red dots to put in. It signifies the berries, I assume. And come down here. And I'm doing this on Picture This Plus 36 count wren. And again I'm doing this 1/2. I've enjoyed this. I had to force myself to put it down because all I could think was I've got other things I need to get done before this, like Halloweens and things like that. So I'll keep this ticking over, but it's going to be finished in no time. So I'll just keep it ticking over, and while I decide what the hell I'm going to do. I don't know why this one in particular. I'm doing this with the called for, by the way, all the called for Weeks Dye Works. I've lost something, dropped something. I don't know why this one is saying to me to use Courtney's initials. Don't know why. I think I should probably go with it, maybe. Maybe I'm just sick of doing my own. So I thought I'd do. You see in this, I've started to get curls. I left my hair down to dry the other day, and I had ended up with all these curls. I was like, the hell, why have I got curly hair? Who knows? Oh, it was the North East Skinny Dip last week. I think it was last weekend. I did it a couple of years ago, maybe about 3 years ago, and it's wild, as you can imagine. I mean, there was like 700 naked bodies on the beach, and it's to do with the equinox. It's when the sun rises. But that was an experience, let me tell you. And I did it. There was like a group of us girls. I couldn't have done it with men. There's lots of men there, but I just couldn't have done it with men that I knew anyway. And it's wild, absolutely wild. And they get you sort of psyched up beforehand. So everyone's like, I was there in my dry robe, and I treated myself to a dry robe because I used to do cold water swimming in the North Sea, and I promised myself I could have a dry robe if I did it. So I bought my dry robe, and everyone's there either with their dry robes on or their towels with like nothing underneath, ready to just drop and go. And they make you do exercises and stuff like to kind of wind you up and get you in the mood. Let me tell you, star jumps naked is a whole new experience. And then they come down and everyone just drops their stuff and pelts it for the sea. It's like, oh my God. I was traumatised afterwards. I was really traumatised. I'm pleased I did it. I'm pleased that I had the experience. Would I do it again? Yeah, I think I would. Have I chosen to do it again? No. I'm blushing, you know. I can feel my face getting hot. It's that funny. Seeing everyone like pelt for the sea, but what you forget about is the slow walk back, and it feels like a mile long. It really does when you're trudging back out the sea in your all togetherness. And it's for charity, by the way. It's not a and you do get sort of warned on the megaphone that this is not a nudist event. This is a skinny dip. Purpose: drop your stuff, go in the sea, have a dip, have a swim, do what you want, come out again. This isn't a chance to just walk around in your all-togethers all the time. So yeah, but when I saw one of the girls who I did it with, her photos on Instagram last weekend, and I did think, I'd quite like to do it again maybe one day. But I had to hang on to me boobs, because when I was running to the sea, and it wasn't for what do you call it, modesty. It wasn't for that reason. It was just, have you tried running when you're our age? Have you tried running with no bra on? It hurts. It hurts. Yeah, that was an experience. See, I've done other mad things in the past. Actually, I've done a lot of mad things in the past. Yeah, we probably shouldn't go there. And traumatise you lot, never mind me. What do you mean you're traumatised already? Yeah. Oh, one man's in the Goonie. I saw Mrs. Goonie this morning. She was up sharp. 6:30 she was up. Right, where am I? I got all sidetracked by naked memories. Bella Filipina, Gaia, the earth goddess. Let's get back to places where we all keep our modesties covered up. Yeah, I did spend 2 days on her last week. Well, I picked her up twice, I should say. Whether it's classed as spending 2 days, I don't know. But I did pick her up twice. Look at that. Oh. Yeah. So as you can see, I've started putting her beautiful headdress in. I did some more as well down here. I think I finished down here. I did some more somewhere. Oh, I know, I did her chest. I came in and I finished all of our chest. So I put a skin tone and things in, and you can start and see the beads there. Still need to do all the back stitch, but I did do, I think I've got a couple of the diagonals, diamonds. Started with a D. It was close. Diamond shapes in the key. There's a couple of big beads basically to go in. Yeah, I know, I make things painful. A couple of big beads to go in the middle of our earring and in our chest. And I think there's one to go in here as well. So I still need to put those in. I am struggling to get all of the beads in. So where was I doing beading? That's right. So I came down here and did some more of this beading, and I can't fit them all in, so I'm having to just be, I cannot see them there, but I'm having to just be what's the word, like just judging which line of beads I take out to accommodate, to get them the majority of the shape in. if that makes sense. I can't think of the word. Strategic. I'm having to be strategic over which beads I'm putting in and which ones I'm not, because I can't get them all in. And this is on 32 count daffodil, and it's an even weave, so it should be fairly, I haven't measured it, but it should be fairly cock on to doing for the beads, but for whatever reason it is not. I know some people do mirrors and bellas on 28 count, so they would probably, but I mean it would be huge if it, I mean that's big enough, isn't it? It's bonkers when I look at her. Okay, I've been sitting thinking this week, I can feel Snow Queen shouting to me now that we're getting into the cosy dark weather. I can feel her just starting to, come back Sherrie, come back, I'm here, don't forget me. I can hear her. And I did think I was kind of done with this, because I've got a lot of progress on this year. Huge amount of progress. But I'm kind of getting to the end of, I need to put her away a little bit. And just let her sit, just let her rest. You know? Just let her have a chill. And Snow Queen can come out to play. I'd like to have got one of them finished though. I'm pleased though. I'm pleased with the progress. And I'm still amazed that I haven't got like 27 stitches in and gone, oh, I can't do this. I cannot do this. This is way too complicated for me. Because that's the sort of thing I would do. Lazy, lazy, lazy. If it's not easy, I don't want to do it. So, oh, and I'm doing it with all of the called for 2/2. Yes, I know, 2/2. All the. Do you know what? When I'm done with these, my stitching storage is going to be maxed out, because when I put these all back, the ones that are left all back, I think I'm going to need a new DMC chest. Just to, and to be fair, I could do with a new one now, because the what do you call it? It's bursting at the seams as it is. So we have got the last one, final one. So final whip. I have done it. I have done it. I have done it. This has been 18 months in the making. No, it's not a finish. It's nowhere near a finish. But you'll understand when I show you it. Right, where's me cover page? Modern Folk Embroidery, Forget Me Not. This was meant to be my legacy sampler, and I started it for my 50th birthday. I started it and I didn't like it at all. So I started it on Weeks Mucker with the called for, which was Roxy Floss Brunette. Oh, that was what Jacob never really gives you colours, he just gives you suggestions. So anyway, I can't remember if he says that or whether I just colour matched it, but anyway, it just wasn't me. So I started again. It took me months to get the right fabric that I wanted. I got every colour grey you can imagine from Zweigart before I eventually found the one I wanted. And then came the colours. I was doing it with White Lightning, Weeks White Lightning and Gentle Arts Soot. And, oh, sorry, just move this. And then I decided I wanted a third colour. And this third colour, you poor buggers out there, you have listened to me bleat on and on and on and on about the third colour. You've all suggested colours. I've looked at colours. I've tried colours. It's just been the most painful thing ever. But it's happened. I finally found what I wanted for the third colour. Finally. So this is where I am. So you can see that's the White Lightning. That's the Gentle Art suit. I have gone with Weeks Dye Works King Mackerel, which is a lovely grey silver colour. You all suggested some really lovely, a lot of people suggested this turquoise, thought that went really well. I didn't want it because I wanted the white ones to pop. I wanted they to really pop on the fabric. And then I wanted the smaller ones, the smaller Quakers, to just sit in the back gently. So not like sort of shoring up the big ones, if you like. And then I decided, if you look at the pattern, you've got Quakers, sort of medallion Quakers, like here and here and here. And then you've got like obviously the bigger ones like these ones. But then you've got like flowers, which are totally different. And that was why I chose a third colour. I wanted a third colour, was to put these flowers in. So I didn't want them in your face. I wanted them a delicate colour. I just wanted something really gentle for the more gentle pieces, motifs on the pattern. Sorry, remember to hold this up higher. So I went through colour after colour after colour, and I finally found it. So I have got King Mackerel. It's exactly what I wanted. How painful it's been. And it's been sitting in me threads all this time, just waiting, biding its time like little Cinderella and a glass slipper. Eventually, it came to the ball. It is now dancing in the ballroom with Prince Charming, living its best life. What do you think? What do you think? There's loads of colours that would have gone. Don't get me wrong, like that turquoise one would go, but it wasn't what I wanted for the look of it. So that's the reason I didn't choose a more bold colour. So I've got to backtrack and pull all these out, at least two out, and redo that bird and redo the flower. So the last time you saw it, basically since then I've done this. I sat with it yesterday. I did this, and then I put my new colour in all the way along, and it just sings to my heart. Finally. I'm not going to change my mind. Remember I said I had these colours I thought were perfect. Yeah, well, that was folly to listen to anything I say, if you believe it. But yeah, this is it. So I've ordered some more King Mackerel from Rachel. One thing I forget to say week after week after week, there's a link down in the description box that you can use if you order from Rachel, which gets me a small amount of commission. Doesn't cost you anything else. But you can also remember to use Sherrie 5 for your 5% discount. Okay. I've been forgetting for months now. I've meaning to say, and I keep forgetting. Anyway, yes, so I've ordered some more skeins off Rachel. Although she's retreating at the moment, she's at Stitch in London. I'm gutted. Gutted. I couldn't have done it though. I'm heading off to boarding school soon. I'll tell you all about it maybe next week. Yeah. Hallelujah. Can I get an amen? Amen. Can I get a thank God? Thank God. So it's been done on anthracite. That's what I got. 40 count. Can you imagine on 32 count this would be massive. Absolutely huge. I wonder if Jacob's thingied them, stitched them, or if he has model stitches. I can ask him because he's going to school too. We're all going back to school. It's going to be great fun because I loved school the first time around. No, I never got caught skiving. No, never got detention. I was wild. In middle school, me and my best friend Julie, who's still my best friend now. Bearing in mind we're only 11, right? We used to climb up the trees at dinner time to have our tab up the tree. Tab's a cigarette. Get our tabs and we used to shin up the tree so that the dinner ladies couldn't get down. I mean, we were always in serious trouble when we got down eventually, but we'd enjoyed our smoke by then. So yeah, we used to pool what dinner money to get cigarettes. And lots of you will remember this. I remember when we first started buying cigarettes, we used to get Super King because we thought we were getting more for our money. I think there were 71 pence for 10 cigarettes. Yeah, and that would last for a day or two. And then we'd have to starve again to get some more. Yeah, back in the good old days. Okay, I haven't got much else for you this week. Other than, I've got one gift which I've just tried to print out. But my printer's it's not behaving nicely. Look at this. It's just not behaving nicely at all. It's kind of made half an effort. It printed out one page, then stopped halfway through the next. Can I get it to do it? So I'm just going to have to show you on here. So this is the Herbarium subscription that's come in. And remember, I've just said to you that I had started the Echinacea one, but this one's come in. So there's the Echinacea is going to get put beside the wayside because this, I would like this done for November. So in Flanders fields, the poppies blow between crosses, row on row. And I think especially with all the conflict in the world at the moment, we need to remember, you know, we need to remember what happened. We need to remember we said we would never let it happen again. Yeah. I'm not going to get political or anything, but I just feel like lots of people have forgotten. There's a cat over there. It's not one of my cats. And it's the first cat I have seen in months and months and months, because Scout is the local bully and he's chased them all away. He really is. Yeah, I laughed at him last night. Had some chocolate and Scout had been lying on me legs. He likes to lie on my legs when I'm stitching. Well, I've got to put the blanket on for him. You know, he likes a padded thing underneath his backside. And then he'd been lying along the puffy. Well, he'd obviously got too hot. Been lying along the puffy. He got up and he had my melted chocolate thing stuck to him. So, well, it wasn't melted before he lay on it, but yeah, so I lost my chocolate. It was clagged to the side of Scout. So there you go. Right, what was I talking about? Yes, that was the herbarium gift. That was all I got. And this week's final thought. I debated whether to use this or not, but I am. Can you hear him? Honestly, speak his name and he starts howling. So I came across this. It must have been on Instagram or Pinterest. And I haven't got a copy of it, but it's really made me think. So it's not a quote as such, but it's just given me a lot of food for thought this week. So I thought I would use that. And it was talking about the Scout. It was talking about what your self-worth is like, what you feel about yourself at the moment, whether you think you've sort of succeeded in life, or whether you feel like you've not really done what, you know, you haven't reached your potential, or you know what's inside you, what basically what your self-worth is. And it suggested that you had to ask yourself this question and then see what you felt your worth was afterwards. So I'll just say it. Like I say, it's not a quote, so it might sound a bit strange, but Scout, shut up. Have you become the type of woman that your younger self would run to for protection, for love and for care? Bye for now.